Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto transforms into a bijuu, part 1. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. It was a normal day in Konoha. Well, as normal, as it can get when a mob is chasing a small boy through the streets. The boy looked like a normal 5-year-old with spiky blonde hair, and clear blue eyes. Only unusual about this boy was that he had 3 whisker marks on both of his cheeks. He was dressed in an orange jumpsuit. The boy's name was Naruto Uzumaki, the prison for the strongest, the Kyuubi no Kitsune. The existence of Kyuubi was possibly one of the most worst-kept secrets in Konoha. Only people who didn't know about Kyuubi being sealed in Naruto were the children born after Kyuubi's attack. The mob was yelling things like, "Stop running, you demon. Stop, and let us finish what Yondaime-sama started. Or where are you going, demon spawn? We just want to kill you." Naruto was crying, and yelling at the mob, "What have I done to you?" Mob just yelled more angry things at Naruto. Suddenly Naruto, who knew Konoha like the back of his hand, took the wrong turn, and ended up in a dead end. Naruto started to panic, and look for a way out. During that time he had his back turned to the mob, and a few shinobis in there started using him as target practice throwing, and shurikens that scared Naruto. He just fell to the ground, and curled to the ball, and waited for the pain to come, which soon started. First it was only the civilians who kicked and punched Naruto, but then shinobis started attacking him with dot. Luckily Naruto had fallen unconscious just when shinobis started attacking him. Soon after falling unconscious, the Hokage arrived with Anbu. Anbu take these people to Ibiki and Anko and tell them they are free to do what they want to them, but they must be alive. The Sandaime hears and Sarutobi yelled to Anbu who were next to him. Mob after hearing this paled drastically. Sandaime walked to unconscious Naruto and carried him to hospital for treatment. During this time Naruto was inside his mind. Where am I? Naruto asked himself. Last memory he had was that he was getting attacked by a mob. Seeing nothing to do, he started to travel in the sewer. He walked through hallways in knee-deep water. Then he heard soft sobbing from somewhere. Who's there? Naruto asked loudly. After some time waiting for an answer that didn't come, he was determined to locate the one who was crying. So with newfound courage our blonde hero started to go to the sound of the crying. What he found was something he didn't expect. What he found was a massive gate possibly bigger than the Hokage's tower. It had massive bars, and in the middle of the gate was a kanji for seal. Sobbing that he had heard was coming beyond that gate. Naruto was scared to go through the gate, but hearing the sobbing he steeled his resolve and walked past the bars. What he found was not something he had expected. There was the most beautiful woman that he had ever seen. She had her knees on her chest and hands around her knees. On top of her head were 2 red fox ears. She was wearing a red kimono. "Who are you, and why are you crying?" Naruto asked curiously. The woman hid her head so fast that he swore he heard a snap. Woman's eyes widened as she saw him, and suddenly she pounced from the floor, tackled Naruto, and was crying on his shirt, saying sorry again and again. "Why are you apologizing?" Naruto asked. "Because I'm the reason why you're hated," she said while sobbing. It was then when Naruto noticed 9 tails waving behind her. "Who are you? Why do you have those cute ears?" Naruto asked her curiously. He really wanted to know who she was, and where they were. "Me. I'm Kyuubi no Kitsune," she answered. But you're supposed to be dead." "No, that is a lie. I was sealed inside you by your father, Yondaime Minato Namikaze," Kyuubi said. My father was Yondaime." Naruto yelled suddenly, "But why wasn't I told about it?" "I don't know, but I know that I will be here to help you become the strongest person alive," Kyuubi said with determination. "Really, thank you Kyuubi-chan," Naruto said while hugging Kyuubi tightly. Kyuubi was stunned. She believed that Naruto would hate her for what she did. "Why don't you hate me for what I did?" Kyuubi asked. "I don't know why you attacked, but I know you aren't a bad person because you offered to train me, and you were crying. If you were a demon like we were told, you wouldn't cry, right?" Naruto said while having his hand behind his head and giving a foxy grin. Kyuubi looked at him, and she looked like she would start crying. She jumped and took Naruto into a hug, saying her thanks repeatedly. They stayed like that for a while until Naruto broke the silence. "So Kyuubi-chan is Kyuubi's real name?" "No, my real name is Naomi." Kyuubi, now named Naomi, answered. "So when do we start training? And where am I?" Naruto asked happily. "Answer to your questions is that we're inside your mind, and we'll start your training soon, but when you wake up ask the old man if you could get your own apartment," Naomi told Naruto. "Okay, but why? Weren't you just kicked out of the orphanage?" "Yes, so I understand, but what things will I learn during training?" "Well, my personal taijutsu style doesn't have a name. I never bothered naming it. You'll also learn seals, and the Academy 3. Naomi stated. "Ooh, that's so cool." Naruto yelled joyously. "Naruto, listen. You'll soon wake up, and remember to ask Sandaime to give you your apartment," Naomi said, as Naruto was fading from view. Here's and Sarutobi was a busy man. But that comes with doing that damnable paperwork, going to pointless council meetings, etc. He wasn't in his office right now because of Naruto. To him Naruto was his unofficial grandson. So, right now Hiruzen was in the hospital looking out for Naruto. It wasn't the first time he was here looking out for Naruto. Usually Naruto was sent to hospital once a week. Hiruzen was shaken from his thoughts when Naruto started to stir. "Take it easy, Naruto-kun. We don't want you to open those wounds," Hiruzen said, as Naruto tried to sit up. "I know, Jiji, but I had this weird dream where I met this girl called Naomi," Naruto told Hiruzen. "It wasn't a dream, Naruto-kun." Suddenly Naruto rose and said, "Naomi-chan, is it you?" "Yes, it's me, Naruto-kun. If you want to answer, just think of your reply, and I will hear it," Naomi said from the seal. "Like this?" Naruto thought. "Yes, Naruto-kun." Just like that. While Naruto and Naomi had a telepathic talk, Hiruzen was horrified about the idea of who Naomi is. Konoha to Naruto. Hiruzen said to Naruto, "Naruto-kun, can you tell me who Naomi is?" Naruto thought he could tell Jiji who Naomi-chan was. "Tell him. I know you can trust him," Naomi told Naruto. "Jiji, can I tell you that in private?" Naruto said to Hiruzen. He nodded in response, and silently told the two Anbu who were hiding in the room to leave. When they were gone he started to do some hand seals, and when he was finished the room glowed blue for a while. "Now we can talk in peace. Tell me who Naomi is," Hiruzen asked with a strict voice. "Well, Naomi-chan is Kyuubi no Kitsune. When were you going to tell me that? Or about who my father is?" Naruto answered and asked, sounding angry at the end. Hiruzen paled when he heard about Kyuubi being Naomi, and had a guilty look when Naruto asked those questions. "You weren't ready to hear about your father. The Yondaime had many enemies like Iwa who would have started a war or would have sent assassins to kill you," Hiruzen stated sadly. "And about the Kyuubi, well, I would have told you when you made it. Naruto pondered for a while, and said, "I understand your reasoning, Jiji, but you could have told me earlier." Hiruzen was stunned by the forgiveness that Naruto had. "Naruto-kun, how can you forgive me so easily?" Hiruzen asked curiously. "You had your reasons, which I understand. That reminds me, can I have my own apartment? Preferably somewhere out of the way so that I can train in peace." Hiruzen pondered this for a while, and responded, "Well, I'll try, but no promises. That's all I ask," Naruto said while going back to bed. Hiruzen rose up from the chair he was sitting on, and walked out of the door, and took one last look at Naruto. As soon as Naruto fell asleep he found himself inside of his mind. "Damn, this place is a mess. I better find a way to change this," Naruto said to himself while looking at the sewers that were his mind. He started walking to the seal for a talk with Naomi. As soon as Naruto came in front of the seal he yelled, "Naomi-chan. Are you there?" "Yes, I'm here," was the response he heard from Naomi. "Naomi-chan, can you tell me how to change this sewer into something better like a meadow? Just think about changing, and think about what you want to change." After hearing that, Naruto looked like he was in deep concentration. Soon he felt something around him, and heard a gasp. Opening his eyes, he wasn't ready for what he saw because he didn't believe that it would be so easy. He stood in a really big meadow. Far in the horizon there were mountains and forests, and where he stood was a field full of flowers and grass. "So do you like it?" Naruto asked Naomi, whose mouth was hanging, and eyes widened. Naruto suddenly found himself on the ground crying, Naomi on top of him saying thank you constantly. "Are you alright?" Naruto asked, concerned for her well-being. "Yes, it's just been so long since I last saw something like this," she answered. "No problem. I have one question. Naomi-chan, do you know who my mother is?" Naruto asked with a smile, but on the inside he was dying to know who his mother was. "Naruto-kun, your mother's name was Kushina Uzumaki. She was my last container. She was tomboyish, and had long red hair and violet eyes. She was as big a ramen freak as you are." Naomi said she was remembering some sad memories. "Thanks, Naomi-chan. But if you were sealed inside my mother, then how could you attack?" "I attacked because someone with an orange spiral mask tried to take me from your mother, and succeeded. I was still weak from helping your mother in her pregnancy. When he took me from your mother, he cast on me that made me go berserk. Your father apparently knew I was under, and sealed me inside you to help you, and me. Thank you, Naomi-chan, for telling me that." Naruto woke up around 6 p.m. and rose up to a sitting position on the bed. He saw that a new set of those orange jumpsuits were on a chair next to the bed. He quickly put on the clothes, and ran from the hospital to the Hokage's tower. There he ran up the stairs, and past the secretary who yelled at him to get out, but he didn't listen, and stormed into the Hokage's office yelling, "Hey Jiji. So can I have my own apartment? Well, I did find one house that doesn't have any occupation, and it is close to a training ground, so you don't have to run a long way to train." Naruto jumped and hugged Hiruzen with all his might, yelling thank you again and again. Hiruzen just chuckled. "Shall we go and look at your apartment?" "Yes, let's go," Naruto yelled while dragging Hiruzen. 30 minutes later they arrived at the apartment complex, which looked like it had seen better days. It had 3 floors, and some of the windows were broken. "Is this my new home? It looks like it won't be standing longer than a week." "Yes, Naruto-kun, this is your new home. The whole building is yours, just do some repairs, and it will be good, as new. But I don't know how to repair this," Sorry Naruto-kun, I was getting ahead of myself. I will send someone to repair the building soon. Please don't tell them that I live here. Naruto pleaded because he knew if the repairman knew he lived there they wouldn't come or would destroy it further. Alright Naruto-kun, I won't tell them you live here. Hiruzen told him as he left. As soon as Hiruzen left, Naruto started to explore the place. It took 2 hours for Naruto to settle in. After settling in, he pondered how to get inside of his mind. He soon looked outside and found out that the sun had set. He went to get ready for sleeping. After he fell asleep, he found himself inside his mind and started looking for Naomi. Naomi-chan, when do I start training? Naruto asked when he found Naomi sitting in the forest. Tomorrow Naruto-kun, just rest today. Naomi responded. Naruto just nodded and sat next to Naomi and fell asleep with his head on her shoulder. Naruto yawned and stretched while looking out the window and saw that the sun was just rising. Naomi-chan, shall we start my training? Naruto thought. Yes, start with doing 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, 25 pull-ups, 50 squats, and run to the closest training ground and run around it 6 times. Then you will eat your breakfast. That will be your morning routine, and it will become harder every day. Naomi responded. Naruto just nodded and put on his clothes, then started doing his new morning routine. After doing them and eating his breakfast, he noticed it was noon. What now? Naruto asked through the telepathic link that he and Naomi made after their first encounter. Now we unlock your chakra. My chakra. What is that? Is it what the shinobis use? Yes Naruto-kun, it is. To unlock your chakra you must either meditate or someone must flood your chakra network with chakra. I could do it, but it will hurt like hell. Naruto pondered about it, and after some consideration chose to allow Naomi to flood his chakra network with her chakra, and started to brace himself for the pain which soon came. It hurt worse than all of his beatings combined. The reason why it hurt so much is because Naomi's chakra is somehow poisonous. No one has ever figured out why Bijuu's chakra was poisonous to humans. The most common theory is that its composition is different from human chakra. The pain started to lessen in 30 minutes, but to Naruto that felt more like 3 hours. Let's not do that again, okay? Naruto said through the link. Don't worry Naruto-kun. The painful part is now over, and it worked, but the downside is that well you already had level chakra reserves now because of my chakra, they are closer to cage level. Naomi told him. That is bad how? I mean, aren't bigger chakra levels better? No, bigger reserves are only good if you got by training, because then your control isn't too bad. You however got during birth, and after that unlocking in which some of my chakra became yours, so your control is downright poor. Damn, so how do I get my control good? By training of course. Let's start by climbing trees without using your hands. What? How am I supposed to do that? Easy, just focus your chakra on your feet and walk up some tree, but before that I will teach you a lesson that will help you in the long run. Jutsu's name is Kage Bunshin no dot. It's really useful because it's a solid clone that when dispelled, gives all of its memories to the user. Just don't dispel all of them at once. I'll send the hand seal to you now. Soon after hearing those words, Naruto saw in his mind the cross-shaped hand seal. He then tried it again, and again yelling the name of the, and molding the needed chakra into the hand seal. It took him 2 hours to create a single Kage Bunshin. He and his clones started to jump up and down in joy when he got it. Very good Naruto-kun. Now put as much chakra as you can in, and try again. Naruto heard through the link. Absent-mindedly nodding, and trying again he yelled the name of the, and did the cross-shaped hand seal while pushing as much chakra as he could. He saw 20 smooth clouds around the training ground. He started to feel a little dizzy from chakra exhaustion. Rest for now Naruto-kun. You did everything right. Go get some food, and go to sleep. Naomi said to him. The reason why Naomi told Naruto to go to sleep was that when you have chakra exhaustion, even as mild as Naruto had, you still would sleep longer than usual. It has been 4 years since the day when Naomi started to help Naruto by training him. Since then he has trained like no tomorrow, and training like that always gives great results. Overall he could probably take and win. His first training year was mostly getting chakra control better, light physical training, and learning what they learn in the academy. In that year he got his chakra control on level, and learned what normal children learn during 2 years in academy. Also he learned some practical stuff, like cooking, hunting, etc. Second year had less education, and he learned Kawarimi no, and Henge no. Naomi told him he didn't need to learn Bunshin now, because he already knew Kage Bunshin, which is a lot better than the normal Bunshin. Also his physical training increased a lot. During the second year he also bought some weights while using Henge. Result. His strength and speed rose. During the third year he started to learn seals while doing the same things he did last year. He found out that Naomi was a seal master who was on par with Yandere or perhaps even better. They found out that Naruto is a prodigy in seals. He had to go to the academy which caused him to get less training time, but he just did more intense training. During this year he started to learn Naomi's taijutsu style which utilized dodging a lot and fast counterattacks. The fourth year Naruto learned his elemental affinity was wind and lightning. After learning about them, he started to train in controlling both elements. His training also included a wakizashi as his weapon of choice. The wakizashi wasn't really special. It looked like a completely normal sword, which was just the thing he wanted. The style he trained utilized fast movement, and the user looked like he danced around his opponents looking for a weakness in their defense. Now we find Naruto sitting by a tree in training ground 21 resting. He was 144 centimeters tall, and there wasn't much baby fat anywhere on his body. It was testament to his rigorous physical training. He was wearing sandals and black sweatpants and was sweaty due to the fact that he just did 250 push-ups, 250 sit-ups, 200 pull-ups, and 300 squats. While he looked like he was just sleeping, he actually was having a conversation in his mind. "Why must I act like a loser in Naomi-chan Academy?" Naruto said to Naomi. "It's simple, because then people will underestimate you. You do understand that you will never be anything here. It's better off if you leave this village. At least, as long as the older generation is alive," was Naomi's answer. "Okay. But should I fail the first 2 times? Why would you want that?" "Simple, if I fail 2 times I have 2 more years to train," Naruto told her. "You make a good point there, Naruto-kun. What will I learn during the next 6 years? You will learn elemental ninjutsu next year, also you'll learn to use sei and bow staff." After hearing that, Naruto simply fell asleep. He had improved a lot during his 9 years of training. He could now take on and come out victorious. He also became a seal master, though he wasn't on par with Yandere Naomi. It was now the time for Naruto's 3rd genin exam. Naruto was the longest one in his class by the height of 172 centimeters, because Naomi thought it was a good idea to be tall as an adult, and he was dressed in an orange jacket and orange pants that seemed to be a little too big for him. He also had a normal pair of sandals. While walking to the academy, he asked Naomi, "Naomi-chan, should I pass this time?" "I think you shouldn't pass today." "Why?" Naruto asked, curious why he shouldn't pass. "Because Mizuki seems to be up to something, and I don't think it's anything good." "Okay, Naomi-chan." After saying that, Naruto cut the link and noticed he was already at the front door of the academy. He arrived at the classroom 5 minutes before the graduation started. In the class were heirs to all the biggest clans in Konoha, though he didn't care who they were. 5 minutes passed quickly, and soon Naruto's teacher named Iruka Yamino and his assistant Mizuki came inside the classroom. Iruka was 178 centimeters tall, had black hair and dark eyes. He had a scar across the bridge of his nose, and wore a standard Konoha shinobi outfit with 8 on his forehead, and a standard flak jacket on him. Mizuki had shoulder-length white hair and green eyes. He wore the standard attire of the Konoha nin, including the 8 and flak jacket. "Alright, the exam is simple. First is the written exam. You will have an hour to finish it." Upon hearing this, most of the class groaned. Now none of that. Second part of the exam is kunai and shuriken throwing. Third part is the taijutsu exam, where you must fight either me or Mizuki for 5 minutes. And last, but not least, there is the ninjutsu part. You must make bunshin, perform a henge, and Iruka told them while started to pass the test papers. When he gave Naruto the test, he sneered at it. Naruto didn't pay any heed to this. On the test, "Well, it will make my failure easier," Naruto thought. The hour they had as time to finish felt like a day for Naruto, as he answered wrong quickly on every question. He finished the test and went to sleep. "Time's up. Put your pens down and follow me outside for the second part," Iruka said in front of the class, waking Naruto up. "I will call your name, then you will come here and throw 10 and 10 shurikens. At least 5 shurikens must hit the target." Now that was all that Naruto heard from Iruka. Uzumaki Naruto, hearing his name called, Naruto got into the position and threw the dot. 5 of them hit the target, and the last of them just barely hit it. Same thing happened with shurikens. There were only a few children left to throw their weapons after him. "Let's start this. First it will be me fighting against you, and then it will be Mizuki. Any questions?" Iruka said to them. In the taijutsu part, Naruto would have easily beaten Mizuki, who was his opponent during the test, but he only dodged and blocked Mizuki's punches and kicks for 5 minutes. Now, like I said before, just come here and perform bunshin, kawamori, and henge. Class listened to Iruka and looked really eager to show their techniques. When it was Naruto's turn, he just walked to the front and performed, replacing himself with a chair. "Good, Naruto. Now perform the henge," Iruka told him. Naruto nodded with a grin and did the hand seal and yelled, "Warg no jutsu." Sexy no. Immediately after yelling, Naruto was covered in smoke, and under the smoke appeared a woman who had a body that would make almost all women jealous. Needless to say that she was naked except clouds of smoke on her privates. Seeing her, most of the men in the class flew back on a really big nosebleed. "Ha ha ha ha. Got you, Iruka-sensei," Naruto yelled as he returned to his normal form. Almost all the girls in the class were very red-faced in anger and looked like they could kill him very soon. "Baku, this isn't the time for pranks. Now do the henge again, and do it properly," Iruka yelled at Naruto. "Okay, sensei," Naruto said, and turned into Iruka without the scar. "Good, Naruto, but you forgot the scar," Iruka told him. "Now do the bunshin." Naruto made the necessary hand seals and said the name. There was a cloud of smoke and a sick-looking Naruto standing next to the real Naruto. He looked sad when he noticed his clone. "Sorry Naruto, but I must fail you," Iruka said to Naruto sadly. "But Iruka-san, why can't he pass?" "I mean he did pretty well with the Taijutsu part," Mizuki said. "Sorry Mizuki, but I wouldn't allow people to become shinobi or kunoichi if they can't make a satisfactory clone. Naruto will always be there next year, so try to get better," Iruka said first to Mizuki and then to Naruto. Naruto left after hearing that with a sad look on his face, and the other children laughing at his failure. Outside, Naruto was leaning at the wall while watching children talking happily at their parents about how awesome shinobis they will be. It was then when Mizuki appeared. "Naruto, I know you're sad, but Iruka really wanted you to pass, but he can't make an exception. But luckily for you there is a special exam for those who couldn't pass, but show a lot of potential. So are you interested?" Mizuki said to Naruto with the kindest smile he could muster. "Mizuki-sensei, what kind of exam are you talking about?" Naruto asked, sounding curious. "It goes like this. You have to infiltrate Hokage's tower, steal the forbidden scroll, and take it here." He then showed Naruto a map of the outskirts of Konoha. "Also here's a map showing the guard rotation inside the Hokage's tower, and a picture of the scroll. Good luck Naruto." After saying that, Mizuki left, giving Naruto an envelope. "So that's what you're planning. I can use this to my advantage," Naruto thought while walking his way home. "Let's do this Naomi-chan," Naruto said to Naomi. He was just outside of the Hokage's tower using henge to look like Mizuki. Inside he immediately started to move stealthily, and managed to pass all the guards who were guarding the place. What is Gigi thinking? Putting up with something as important as the forbidden scroll, I don't know what to think, Naruto thought, unknowingly using the mental link. "I don't know Naruto-kun," Naomi said through the link. Naruto was a little surprised to hear her voice, but didn't show it in any way. Arriving at the vault, he knocked out the guards, and then sneaked in, and stole the scroll. While leaving, he made sure to place some evidence that made Mizuki look like the traitor that he actually is. Making his way to the meeting place, he dispelled his henge. At the meeting place, he put the forbidden scroll down, and took some ink, a brush, and a scroll. Then he started to read the forbidden scroll, and copy anything he found useful. While reading, he found something interesting. It was noted on a seal that in theory would change the user into a chakra construct. "Naomi-chan, what do you think about this one?" Naruto started to talk to Naomi. "I think you should copy those notes down along with that technique called Kuchis. Idoti and SCI summoning. In Pure World Resurrection. Even though I hate it for taking souls from their peace, you can't say it isn't effective, and if someone else uses it, you can find a way to block it or use it against them." Sending a mental nod to Naomi, Naruto started copying from the scroll he also found, and copied Yandame's notes about Shiki Fujin, that demon-consuming seal. Having done that, he then sealed his scroll containing the copies of the few techniques he saw in the forbidden scroll, and started to wait for Mizuki. It didn't take long for Mizuki to arrive. "Good job Naruto. Now give me the scroll so we can return it, and grade you," Mizuki said. "No one can do Mizuki-team. I know you want this scroll for, and you were planning to kill me after you got it. But even if you do that, I already have planted evidence which makes you guilty," Naruto said while smirking to Mizuki. "You damn demon. You ruined my master Orochimaru's plans. Die," he yelled while taking Fuma's shuriken and throwing it at Naruto. Naruto just smirked and dodged it. He then started to run towards the stunned Mizuki, launching a punch at him which Mizuki barely dodged, not seeing Naruto's kick, which in turn hit him to the knee. Falling down on one knee, the white-haired shinobi was again hit, this time by Naruto's knee to his face. "You damn demon. Do you want me to tell you why you're hated? It's because you are the nine-tailed demon fox," Mizuki yelled, finishing it with a mad laugh in the end. He didn't expect what Naruto did after hearing him. Response he got from Naruto was just laughter. "What's such a funny demon?" Mizuki asked. "It's just that me and Kyuubi are different beings, and she's quite nice, unlike what they say in the history books." Naruto started sounding amused. Mizuki just tried to stand up, and succeeded in it. When Mizuki was standing, Naruto disappeared, and appeared in front of the white-haired traitor, and punched him in the solar plexus. Mizuki bended from the force of the impact, and flew at a tree behind him, leaving an imprint to the bark of the tree. Mizuki groaned, and tried to move, but found out that he couldn't. He looked at his hand, and saw that there was a pair of sei embedded on his sleeves. He was quickly becoming more and more scared when he found out that Naruto had pulled his wakizashi from its sheath, and was coming closer to him. Mizuki didn't manage to open his mouth when Naruto appeared before him in a burst of speed, and looked like he just did a slash. Sheathing his wakizashi with a click, a torrent of blood came from Mizuki's torso. Naruto, his eyes were colder than ice, was the last thing he saw before dying. Naruto just calmly cleaned his sword, and put it back to its sheath. "You truly were pitiful, Mizuki-team." Naruto spat at his dead body, and turned around before leaving. "I know you're watching, Gigi. I'm sorry, but I must leave. I have no future in this village because of the council," Naruto said sadly while looking up to the moon. Hiruzen was shocked. He couldn't believe what Naruto did and would do, but deep inside he knew what Naruto said was true. He silently vowed to let the council know that he is the Hokage. He makes the decisions. He had let them do what they wanted for too long. With a sad look on his face, he looked at Naruto with his viewing orb. I'll do what I can to make Konoha a better place if you ever want to come back. Hiruzen silently promised himself with determination. The fire in his eyes had been renewed. What once was reduced to a small sparkle came back in a blazing inferno. I think we made it far enough, Naruto said to Naomi after walking for a few hours. Good. Now camp here for the night. We must get somewhere that isn't close to Konoha. Naomi answered. But where shall we go? Let's go to Nami no. Last time I was there it was quite prosperous. Naruto sent a mental nod at her and prepared to camp. Early next morning Naruto was already doing his morning routine of 550 push-ups, 550 sit-ups, 500 pull-ups, 750 squats, and a 10 kilometers run. After doing his workout he ate breakfast, packed up the camp, and left for Nami no Kuni at Jounin level speeds. He arrived at the coast just as the sun was setting. Deciding that he should rest before continuing, he then unsealed his sleeping bag and went to sleep while keeping his guard up like he learned from his childhood. Waking up early to do his morning routine, and then started to run over the water that separated Nami no from Hai no. It took a few hours to run over the water and arrive at the nearest town. When he got there he noticed that there were only a few people tending houses, and the houses looked really bad. Not as bad as his old apartment looked like when he got it. Naruto continued to walk through the town looking where most of the people were. Soon he found out why the town was so empty. All the people were in a group watching in fright as some short fat man was yelling something. He couldn't hear because he was at the edge of the crowd, and he didn't bother to enhance his hearing with chakra. The midget stopped yelling, and two thugs came in with a beaten and bloodied man and dropped him on his knees. Seeing this, Naruto immediately sent chakra to his ears. What he heard made him angry. The midget shouted that he would kill the man on his knees and would kill everyone else if they would not obey him. After shouting, the midget turned around and left. When he was out of sight, the thugs raised their weapons and were ready to kill the kneeling man, but Naruto wouldn't allow it. He ran through the horrified crowd and threw 2 shurikens at the thugs. Thugs fell lifelessly to the ground, releasing the kneeling man. What's your name? Naruto asked, finally getting a good look on the man. Man had spiky black hair, had a cross-shaped scar on his chin, and was wearing normal, but tattered clothing. His body was full of bruises and cuts. Kaiza is my name. What is your name, stranger? Now identified Kaiza asked. I'm Naruto. What did you do to end up almost being executed? Naruto was curious as to why Kaiza was to be killed. I only stood up for the people of the wave, nothing else. Kaiza answered. Do you know any place I can stay for some time? Well, you can always stay with me and my wife's family. Kaiza said to Naruto with a smile. Thank you. Can you show me the way there? Naruto asked him while having a gentle smile. Sure, come. With that being said, they left for Kaiza's home. Tsunami-chan, Inari-kun, I'm back, and I brought a friend with me. Kaiza yelled as they went inside his home. Kaiza-kun. Someone shouted in joy from inside the house. Soon a woman came and hugged Kaiza tightly. I thought the Gatu killed you, a woman said while hugging him. The woman had shoulder-length black hair and black eyes. Tsunami-chan, it's good to see you again. I was just about to be killed if this young man here wouldn't have come. Kaiza said of the now white-eyed Tsunami. I'm Tsunami, and I'm Kaiza-kun's wife, so tell who you are. Tsunami asked, having a gentle smile on her face. Naruto. Call me Naruto. If it isn't too much to ask, can I stay here for a while? Naruto asked. Tsunami smiled and nodded. Tsunami-chan, do you know where Tazuna is? Kaiza asked. Father went to Konoha for some help to protect him from Gatu and his goons. Tsunami answered him. Naruto frowned when he heard that some people from Konoha might be coming to Wave on a mission. If it isn't too much of a problem, I might be able to help protect him when he comes back, Naruto said to Kaiza and Tsunami. They were shocked at hearing this boy would be willing to help Tazuna. Thank you, Naruto-san, Tsunami said. Think nothing of it, please just call me Naruto. I hate any kind of formalities, Naruto told her. Can you show me where I can sleep? He asked them if they wanted to read the notes about the seal that could change someone to a chakra construct. Tsunami nodded and motioned him to follow her. The room which he got wasn't anything special, just a table, a chair, a bed, and a closet, nothing more. Saying his thanks to the Tsunami, he closed the door and started to read about the seal notes. It has been a month since the day when Naruto saved Kaiza. After getting a place to stay, Naruto started to train harder than ever before. Naomi told him that he could take on a squad of Anbu and had a chance of winning. Naruto had also almost finished the seal which could make him a chakra construct. All he needed was to choose which animal he wanted to become, and how to free Naomi from her prison after the seal had done its job. The reason why Naruto had to choose an animal to become was that all chakra constructs had an animal form or something similar to that. The reason for it has never been found. Right now Naruto was anxiously waiting for those who will come from Konoha today. He heard from Kaiser that Wave was poor, and they didn't have enough money to pay an A-rank mission that Tazuna's protection would most likely be. He thought that the mission will most likely be put as a C-rank mission, so most likely the team from Konoha will be a genin team. He only hoped that they wouldn't be people who thought that he was Kyuubi reborn. Finally by nightfall they arrived. By the condition in which they arrived they just had a confrontation by the enemy. The team that arrived consisted of 3 genins, and an unconscious Naruto came to see who they were, and noticed that they were from the class he was before leaving. The genin were Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Kiba Inuzuka. Sasuke had black hair that looked like a duck's butt, and onyx eyes. He had a scowl on his face like he had during his academy days. He wore a blue, short-sleeved shirt with a raised collar, and the Uchiha crest on the back, white arm warmers, and white shorts. Sakura had pink hair, green eyes, and had a bigger than normal forehead. She wore a red Chinese-style dress, dark green shorts, and had her 8 on the top of her head. Kiba had his grey coat's hood up so Naruto didn't see his hair, but he knew Kiba had spiky brown hair. He also had red fang-shaped tattoos on his cheeks, as a mark that he belonged to the Inuzuka clan. He was wearing dark grayish pants reaching to his calves, and a grey-headed fur-lined coat, with a hood. This was Kakashi Haddock. Naruto knew him because Kakashi didn't hurt him, and from what he had heard from Hiruzen Kakashi wanted to adopt him. The civilian council stopped him from adopting Naruto, so he just tried his best to protect him. Kakashi had gravity-defying silver hair, a mask that hid everything from nose down, and had his 8 over his left eye. He had a standard Konoha shinobi outfit, and metal-plated gloves. He was currently unconscious. Naruto came out of his observation when he heard Kiba yell out, "Dobe, what are you doing here?" Naruto just looked at him, and answered, "After I failed the exam I decided to leave Konoha. Nothing could hold me there for I was a civilian, and, as a civilian I have free travel rights." Kiba was gobsmacked when he heard that. That couldn't be the same dead last from the academy. The Dobe from the academy was stupid, didn't know any laws included, didn't wear anything except orange, and had no skills. This new Naruto from the little Kiba saw wasn't stupid, wore dark colors, and had the air of a professional ninja around him. "What happened to you?" Naruto asked. He knew they were attacked, but he didn't know by whom. "Some loser whose name is Abusa. Kakashi-sensei called him Demon of the Mist." Sasuke answered with the usual arrogant tone in his voice. "Demon of the Mist. Naomi-chan, let's show him when he gets back that he is only a human." Naruto said through the link, not minding he was human because he wouldn't be one soon. "Of course Naruto-kun kicks his ass," Naomi said back to him. While Naruto and Naomi talked, Sakura asked where she could put their sensei to rest. Tsunami helped Sakura, and they took Kakashi to one of the spare rooms. During this time Kiba was playing with his dog Akamaru, and Sasuke went to sit somewhere, and continued to frown. Naruto said goodnight to everyone, and left, getting to his room to continue his making of the seal. After he was finished for the day he realized that he would get it ready within a month. Soon after this realization he went to sleep. Waking up, and doing his normal routine he got back, and heard that breakfast was ready. Naruto went to the dining room, and found out that Kakashi was awake. When Kakashi saw Naruto walking in, he immediately had his uncovered eyes wide. "Naruto, where have you been? I was worried about you." Kakashi asked Naruto. "Sorry Kakashi-san, but I didn't want to stay in a village where I don't have any future." Naruto told him. "What do you mean?" "What I mean is that the villagers wouldn't allow me to become anything in my life there. Don't try to argue with me, you know it is the truth." After hearing that, Kakashi just looked down, and sighed knowing that he was right. "So what are you doing here?" Kakashi asked, attempting to start a conversation. "I came here because I remembered that this country should have been prosperous from the geography lessons in the academy, and I stayed because I heard what happened here, and decided to help." Kiba heard this, and asked, "Did you actually pay attention in those classes?" Who would have thought? Naruto didn't say anything to Kiba, he just continued to talk with Kakashi about what had happened in Konoha. Well, Hokage-sama finally started to do something about the civilian council. He started to look at their records, and found out that almost all of them were involved in some kind of illegal activity. Naruto smiled when he heard that. "How are Ruka and the Ichirakas doing?" Naruto asked. "They're doing pretty well. Tsuchi and Aim were really sad after you left, but they wouldn't stay sad. They really want to see you again. Ruka, well, he just tries to do his job the best he can. He also misses you a lot," Kakashi told him. Rest of the day was pretty much uneventful. Kakashi and his team trained close to Tazuna's house, and Naruto trained deeper in the woods. Sun was starting to set when Naruto came back from his training all sweaty. Inside he saw that Kiba was the sweatiest, then came Sasuke, and Sakura didn't have any sweat on her. Either she has incredible stamina, which I doubt, or she didn't train. Naruto thought while getting something to eat, and went to do his seal. Rest of the week went like that, except when Naruto occasionally went to help on the bridge. During the week Naruto trained harder than usual, and passed out. He was woken up by someone who called himself Haku. Naruto knew that he was a shinobi by the way he walked. When Haku told Naruto why he was in the woods, Naruto put 2 and 2 together, and knew that Haku was the person who saved Zabuza. Kakashi had told them this during their first dinner. Haku told Naruto that true strength comes from one's precious people. When Haku had almost left, Naruto called to him. "Say hi to Zabuza for me, will you?" Hearing this, Haku stiffened and turned around only to find nothing. That's how their talk went. When Naruto arrived in the house, he told Kakashi about his encounter with Haku. After that, it was only a few days before they would clash at the bridge. The week was finally over. When Team 7, at least that's what Kakashi called them, went to the bridge, Naruto decided to stay and guard the house if Gato decided to send someone to kidnap or kill Tazuna's family. Patrolling in the woods, Naruto found a dead boar. It had slashes all around its body. There were slash marks in the trees around the boar, and the marks went to Tazuna's house, realizing that they were probably from some thugs that Gato sent. He began to run towards the house. He was silently praying to arrive before it was too late. At the house, Tsunami was washing dishes when she heard someone knock on the back door. She went to open the door. Opening it, she was stunned by the ones who knocked. There were two people there. One was of tall stature, had an eye patch over his right eye, and had brown hair in 3 parts. He didn't wear a shirt, and had a tattoo on his left arm, and a sword on his hip. The other one had bluish-white hair, and had lines tattooed on under his eyes. He wore a purple hat, and blue jacket with many pouches. He also had a sword strapped on his waist. "What have we here?" "It seems our target came to us, didn't she, Zori?" said the one without a shirt. "So it seems, Waraji. Though Gato didn't tell us, so she needed to be untouched," said now identified Zori with a perverted smile. Tsunami started to back away in fear. The two thugs approached her, either wearing a smile, though it wasn't a gentle or loving one. It was a perverted one. Tsunami turned around and ran to the front door, but couldn't make it as Waraji grabbed her. She started to scream for help. Inari, a kid with black hair, came down to see what the noise was coming from downstairs. His eyes widened when he saw what was happening. He ran to the kitchen and took a knife. "Let her go," Inari yelled at Waraji. "Hey Zori, didn't Gato say that we only needed one hostage?" Waraji yelled to his accomplice. "But he did. So can I kill the boy?" Zori asked with a cruel smirk on his face. "Go ahead," Waraji answered. Hearing this, Zori took out his sword and walked closer to Inari. Just as Zori was about to strike, a shuriken hit his forehead and he fell to the ground dead. "Zori, who did this? Show yourself," Waraji yelled while taking his sword while holding Tsunami hostage. The answer he got was a kunai between his eyes. When Waraji fell to the ground, Naruto made his appearance from the front door. "That was really brave of you, Inari," Naruto said to Inari. "Tsunami-sen, I trusted you, and Inari will find a safe place to be while I go to the bridge to help protect Tazuna." Tsunami nodded, said thanks, and took Inari with her to somewhere safe. Meanwhile, at the bridge, Tazuna, Kaiza, Kakashi, and his team had just arrived there, and saw that it was full of mist. "Be on your guard," Kakashi told the genin while at the same time taking a kunai out of his pouch. Suddenly something came from the mist. It was one of the workers. He was full of cuts, and was bleeding out badly. "A demon. It's a demon," he yelled before collapsing on the ground. Tazuna went immediately to the downed man's side. When he tried to talk to the drowned man, the mist started to leave, and they saw two people inside the mist. One of them was tall and muscular, and had a gigantic sword on his back. He wore a bandage-like mask that hides lower part of his face, and had slashed Kurigakure hit I-8 sideways on his forehead. He wore a sleeveless black shirt and matching pants, complete with a waist guard. He was Zabuza Mamachi. The other one had black hair on 2 braids, and his face couldn't be seen because he wore a Kurigakure Hunter Nin mask. His clothing consisted of a moss green, striped turtleneck sweater, and a split skirt in matching color that reached down to his knees. Sakura stayed and guarded Tazuna and Kaiza. "Sasuke, Kiba, you take the one with the mask, while I'll take Zabuza," Kakashi ordered his team. As soon as Kakashi had ordered them, the bridge was flooded with killing intent from Zabuza. "Oh, are the little genin shaking? Well, that can be fixed," Zabuza taunted them. "It's not from fear I'm shaking. It's from excitement," Sasuke answered, and took out his kunai, while the rest of the team started to get ready. Kiba got into a stance with Sakura by moving in front of Tazuna and taking her kunai out. "Deal with the genin, Haku," Zabuza ordered the masked one, now identified as Haku. Kakashi ran towards Zabuza with his chakra covered in hand. At the same time, Kiba and Sasuke charged towards the masked one. The fight between Zabuza and Kakashi began, with Zabuza doing the Kurigakure no Jutsu hiding in the mist, and over the bridge came a thick blanket of mist, thicker than before. Inside the thickest part of the mist, Zabuza and Kakashi clashed. Their fight was mostly of Zabuza appearing from the mist trying to cut Kakashi, and Kakashi dodging or blocking when he couldn't dodge. Kakashi didn't want to lift his 8 and use the Sharingan because the mist was made from chakra and Sharingan couldn't see through it. At the same time with Kiba and Sasuke who were fighting Haku. Kiba tried to hit Haku with his punches, while Sasuke threw shurikens at Haku. Haku dodged each of their tries and took some from his pouch. Haku threw what he took. Kiba and Sasuke dodged most of them, but some of them hit. Sasuke tried to get close and almost punched Haku in his mask, but Haku blocked it. You know that you're at a disadvantage now. You can't make any, but I can. Haku said, and started to do some one-handed hand seals. Suiten. Sensatsu Sushin, 1,000 flying water needles of death. Haku said loudly, and 1,000 pieces of water came from the puddles around the bridge. They flew towards Sasuke. Sasuke thought quickly, and performed Kawamori with a log. Sasuke then appeared next to Kiba. It seems that I must use a stronger attack. Haku started another set of hand seals. Kijutsu. Nakamheimshim, Secret Jutsu. Crystal Ice Mirrors. Haku said mirrors made out of ice appeared as a dome around and over Sasuke and Kiba. Give up, and I will grant you a quick death. Haku said, as he entered one of the mirrors. Never. Sasuke and Kiba yelled together. Haku didn't respond in any way, and just moved fast between the mirrors, throwing ice at Sasuke and Kiba. After a while of dodging, Sasuke started to do hand seals, and yelled at Kaden. Nkakik no Jutsu, Fire Release. Great Fireball. A big fireball came out of Sasuke's mouth, and impacted on one of the ice mirrors. Sasuke started to grind, as smoke came from the mirror that he hit. Smirk vanished, as the smoke disappeared. The mirror was still there. It hadn't even become smaller. Seeing this, Kiba yelled Scott, passing Fang. He began turning rapidly, and soon he looked like a drill. Then he threw himself to one of the ice mirrors. After the technique, he jumped next to Sasuke, but he was stunned by the durability of the mirrors. After the attack on the mirror, there was a slash mark on it, but it was rapidly repaired. You see, it's useless. Haku taunted them, and started to throw at a quick rate. Sasuke, seeing that he couldn't dodge them, saw the world slowing down, and he could see where they were going. Realizing he had activated the Sharingan, he grinned, as he started to dodge them until Haku did hand seals, and yelled Suiten. Sensatsu Sushin. Seeing no way out, Sasuke performed Kawamori with Kiba. Bastard. Kiba yelled weakly, as his world started to turn into black. Haku was shocked by what Sasuke did. I thought that you Konoha shinobi valued your teammates. Haku said in a monotone. He was a dope. He should feel honored to have been used to me and Uchiha. Sasuke said with an arrogant smirk. Haku just shook his head, and began another bombardment with Dot. Suddenly some noise came from outside the dome, and one of the mirrors broke. From the broken mirror walked Naruto, grinning for some reason. The grin turned into a frown when he saw what was happening inside the dome. He saw Haku inside one of the mirrors, Kiba on the ground unconscious or worse, and Sasuke with an arrogant smirk on his face. Sasuke got out. You have done what you can, now let your betters do the rest. Naruto said to Sasuke. Dope, what do you mean by better? You can't be stronger than me, an elite. Sasuke said back to Naruto. Naruto just shook his head, and disappeared in a burst of speed. Sasuke looked around trying to find him. You. Better than me. Get the real Sasuke. Even your precious Sharingan can't follow me properly yet. Naruto came from behind Sasuke, and knocked him out. So Haku, where were we? Naruto said, and got into a fighting stance. Haku silently prepared himself for the fight. Naruto grinned, and disappeared. Haku didn't know what happened, as he found himself in the air. Looking back to the dome, he noticed that the mirror where he was had been broken, and the dome was starting to melt. Landing on his feet, he looked around to find Naruto, only to find nothing. Hello. Naruto yelled from behind Haku, and knocked him unconscious with a chop to the neck. The fight between Kakashi and Zabuza was coming to its end. Zabuza, let's finish this. Kakashi said. Zabuza grunted his agreement from somewhere inside the mist. Kakashi dodged a sudden slash, but wasn't quick enough, and got a cut to his shoulder. Kuchis. Doten. Sugano Jutsu, Summoning. Earth Release. Tracking Fang Technique, Kakashi said, and with a puff of smoke, many dogs appeared, and went towards Zabuza. They found Zabuza, and bit him in different places. Kakashi did 11 hand seals, and yelled Chidori, 1,000 birds. Kakashi's right hand was covered with lightning, and he started to run towards pinned Zabuza. Just when he was about to thrust his hand through Zabuza's heart, someone stopped it. Kakashi, no need to kill this guy. Naruto said while gripping Kakashi's arm. Why are you saving this man? Kakashi asked him. Your answer shall arrive soon. Soon after Naruto said those words, someone said, it seems that the demon is only a baby. Boys, kill them all. They saw that the one who said it was none other than Gato himself with an army of thugs. So that's why you stopped me. Kakashi said to Naruto. Yes. Naruto answered, and went towards Gato. Hey, fat ass. Over here. Naruto yelled. Gato looked at him, and said, what do you want? You're dead. Naruto finished, and took out his sword, and charged towards Gato and his army. Thus in front of the army, Naruto channeled chakra to his sword, and slashed horizontally. A big blue wave of chakra from the sword hit the army head-on. Over half of the army fell to the attack. Kill him. Gato yelled, as he tried to get as far away as possible from Naruto. You useless bags of flesh, would you please be so kind, and die? Naruto yelled, as he ran into the lines of thugs. Sakura, Tazuna, and Kaiza looked green from what they saw. It wasn't a fight. It was a massacre. Naruto seemed to dance around his opponents, and chop them into pieces. Arms, legs, heads, and even a few torsos flew over the thugs. Finally, after a few minutes, the only ones alive on the bridge were Naruto and Gato. I see Kanji give you everything you want. My money. We women. Men. Gato tried to plead for his life, but to no avail. Naruto closed the distance, and with one clean slash, he cut Kat's head off his shoulders. Well, that takes care of that, Naruto stated as he cleaned his sword. Everyone had their mouths open and eyes wide, even Sasuke and Haku, who woke up at the time when Gato pleaded for his life in front of everyone. Kakashi, Zabuza, and Haku looked a little green, but everyone else, except Naruto, threw up from the side of the massacre. Is there something on my face? Naruto asked, as everyone looked at him. Sighing, Kakashi came towards Naruto and asked, when did you become so strong? I have been strong enough to beat an army of thugs for a year now, Naruto answered. Sighing again, Kakashi took Tazuna, Kaiza, and his geniuses towards Tazuna's house. It had been a month since the battle on the bridge, and the bridge was now finished, and the ninjas from Konoha were leaving. Hey Kiba, can you give this to Hinata for me? Naruto asked Kiba. Kiba looked at him and nodded. Kakashi, can you tell Jiju that I might be coming to Konoha to meet him, and Ichirakus? I might also take the exam. Naruto said to Kakashi. How can you join if you aren't a shinobi of a village? Kakashi asked. One of the rules is that anyone who has ninja training and isn't missing an inner part of a village can join. Naruto said. Kakashi nodded and motioned his team to go towards Konoha. Casting one last look behind before leaving himself, Kakashi sped up to meet his students. So what's going to be the name of the bridge? Naruto asked Tazuna. I haven't really thought about it. He turned around and asked the crowd that had gathered there, how about the Great Naruto Bridge? The crowd cheered at this. Great Naruto Bridges then, Tazuna said, smiling. After the crowd had dispersed, Naruto asked, can I stay here for a while? I have a project nearly finished, and I can't make it easily in nature. Tazuna smiled and nodded to him. It had been 3 weeks since the day when Kakashi and the others left Wave. During that time, Naruto trained and finished the seal for his change, and found out how to make a seal to take Naomi from her prison inside him with both of them alive. Now he needed to find a place to do the sealing, and make something to prevent the massive amount of chakra that comes with the sealing being noticed everywhere in the elemental countries. This is goodbye for now. I will come back to see you sometime, Naruto said as he was leaving from the wave. You're welcome here anytime. You are the hero of the wave, you know. Tazuna said, smiling and patting Naruto's shoulder. Nai-san, do you have to leave? Inari asked, tears almost spilling from his eyes. I'm sorry Inari, but I must go. Remember, I will visit you, Naruto said, and turned around, leaving to find a safe place for sealing. He found a cave suited for the sealing after a couple days of searching. The cave was about 10 meters long, 5 meters wide, and 3 meters from top to bottom. This will do nicely. Don't you agree with Naomi-chan? Naruto asked Naomi. Yes, now prepare the seals so that we can begin. Naruto immediately set to work. He had to make the seals to drain the excess chakra and the main seal, and put them around the cave walls. Sun had set when Naruto was finished. After looking at the stars for a while, he went inside the cave to sleep. Waking up and doing what he normally did, he then started the sealing. Naomi-chan, what perks comes with being a chakra construct? Naruto asked just before the sealing. For one, you cannot be harmed easily. You will feel the pain, but nothing else. But the strongest, usually S-ranked or high A-rank, will do some harm to your body. You will not die, as long as your soul hasn't been destroyed. The downsides are that your chakra control will be shot to hell by the transformation, because the chakra from me which you use as a template for your own chakra. You also will feel pain like never before, because the sealing will change your soul to accommodate a body made from chakra, and because of it, there is a high chance of you dying. Are you sure you want to do this? Naomi finished her list of things. Yes, I'm sure, and thanks for the info, Naruto said, and cut the link to prepare himself, and then started the sealing. The seals glowed red, and when every seal was red, Naruto started to scream in pain. It was like Naomi said. The pain was something you can't feel anywhere else in the world or by anything else. Naruto's world started to change into black, but he fought against it, but ultimately lost. Am I dead? What is this blackness? A thought came from somewhere. I remember pain, and the world turning black. Where am I? The person's thoughts continued. Naomi. Where is she? Those were the last thoughts, as the world started to change. The blackness started to disappear, as colors and light started to come from the edge of his vision. Finding himself in a cave, the person stood up and looked down, finding his clothes torn up, but still on him. Suddenly memories came to him, and he remembered his name. It was Naruto. He went outside the cave to think clearly, only to find himself surrounded by shinobis wearing hit I-8s with sound notes on them. So it was you who caused the explosion of chakra. Let's capture him for Orochimaru, one of the shinobis said, most probably the leader of the group. Hearing this, the rest of the group cheered and charged Naruto. Naruto dodged one of the shinobi's punches, and, as the shinobi overextended his punch, Naruto came close to him and punched him at the windpipe. Seeing one of their comrades failing to capture Naruto, they took out their weapons and charged him. Naruto started to dodge their swings and thrusts, and sometimes he redirected their attacks so that they hit each other. Finally, only the leader was alive. Monster, he yelled as Naruto came closer and closer. You don't know how right you are, Naruto said to him before closing the distance and snapping his neck. Weaklings, Naruto stated to himself as he started to search for their bodies. He found 5 sets of shurikens, 5 meters of ninja wire, and a sealed scroll that he found intriguing. Shinobis from another country that are Konoha's allies inside Fire Country with a sealed scroll sounds like conspiracy or invasion to me, Naruto thought as he did some seals to open the scroll. While he was fighting the Shinobis, someone opened her eyes in the back of the cave. Ugh, my head. What happened? She thought as she tried to stand up. What was that? She thought as she heard voices and sounds of fighting. Finally able to stand up, she started to make her way towards the sounds. Seeing Naruto sitting on ground with something on his hands, she smiled and yelled while jumping on him. Naruto-kun. Naruto heard and turned around only to be pushed to the ground by a hug. Naomi-chan? Naruto asked. The one and only, Naomi said with a grin and hugged him tighter. CC can't be brief, Naruto said as he was choking on Naomi's hug. Oh sorry. It's just that you look so gorgeous after the seal did its work, Naomi said and scratched the back of her head. Hearing this, Naruto looked around to find something where he could look at himself. Finding a pond, he looked down and gasped. He looked like he was around 20 years old and his clothes looked a few sizes too small. His fully blonde hair now had red and black streaks going through it. Also, it wasn't as messy and spiky as it was before. Now it reached somewhere past his shoulders. Seeing this, he decided to put it on a ponytail. I thought it would take time for you to reform, Naruto asked after he had returned from the bond. I don't know myself. Maybe your seals worked better than expected, Naomi suggested. Naruto absent-mindedly nodded. What are you doing? Naomi questioned him as she saw the items used for sealing. Oh, just breaking a sealed scroll, Naruto said and went back to breaking the seal. Finally, after a few hours of preparing the seals, Naruto managed to open the scroll. Inside, he found out orders from some place called Atagakur to attack Konoha with Sunakakur, who are Konoha's allies during the exam's final phase. Thankfully, we have 2 months before the exam starts, Naruto said after reading the scroll. What are we going to do for the next 2 months? Naomi asked. I guess we could train the first month to get my control better, among other things. After that, we will go to Konoha and talk to Gigi, Naruto said already wants to train. Naomi saw this and nodded. She rose up and started to help Naruto with his training. The first month went rather quickly. Naruto trained in getting his control to reasonable levels along with learning some techniques. Also, Naruto's and Naomi's relationship was lightly romantic before the transformation, and during the month their relationship only leaned more and more towards a couple. He also trained in getting used to his animal form and was now on his way to Konoha with Naomi alongside him. What are you going to tell Hokage when we meet him again? Naomi asked as they neared Konoha. I guess we'll tell him about the invasion and ask his permission to attend the exam, Naruto answered as they were at the gates. Halt. State your purpose, one of the guards yelled. We're here to give an important message to Hokage, Naruto said when they were in front of the gate. The guards talked to each other for a while and then called a squad of Anbu and told Naruto and Naomi to follow them. Arriving outside the Hokage's tower, the Anbu left and Naruto and Naomi went through the doors and up the stairs towards the Hokage's office. Naruto knocked on the door and opened it when he heard someone saying, "Come in." "Hello, Hokage-sama," Naruto said and bowed along with Naomi. "Who are you and what business do you have with me?" Hiruzen said with a commanding voice. "We have something to discuss, and would you send the Anbu away so that we can talk peacefully?" Naruto asked. Hiruzen thought for a while, and with a subtle movement of his hand 4 Anbu appeared, bowed, and left. "Even the one hiding in the ceiling, Hokage-sama," Naruto said as he sensed someone there. Hiruzen was shocked when he heard this. "There isn't Anbu in the ceiling," Hiruzen said. When those words left Hiruzen's mouth, Naruto threw a kunai to the ceiling. Before the kunai could hit the ceiling, it was deflected, and an Anbu with a blank mask with kanji for it dropped from the ceiling and jumped out of the window. "Damn you, Danzo," Hiruzen cursed under his breath and started to make some hand seals. When he finished, the room glowed blue. "So what is it you two want to discuss with me?" Hiruzen asked them. "I hurt Gigi. Don't you remember me?" Naruto asked with mock hurt in his voice. "And Naruto?" Hiruzen said with a shaky voice. "Yes, it's me, Gigi," Naruto said with a grin. "Where have you been?" "I, Ichirakus, and a few others were worried about you," Hiruzen asked. Naruto just chuckled and said traveled to Wave, helped the people there, finished a certain seal, and found out about an invasion. "An invasion? By whom?" Hiruzen asked. Naruto didn't say anything and just gave him the scroll he got. After reading the scroll, Hiruzen sighed and lit his pipe. "Now that is troublesome," Hiruzen said. Even though it wasn't a question, Naruto still nodded. Jiji, did Kakashi give you my message? Naruto asked. Yes, he did. I was surprised that you knew the law about the exam. Hiruzen answered. Well, do you approve of us joining the exam? Of course I approve. Hiruzen said with a smile, and gave them the papers for joining the exam. Thank you. Naruto said, and was about to leave with Naomi when Hiruzen stopped him. Naruto stopped. Can you tell me who the lady with you is? Hiruzen asked, curious about her. She heard everything they said, but didn't comment on anything. Oh, you remember Naomi-chan, don't you, Jiji? Naruto said with a smirk, and left with Naomi, leaving a shocked Hiruzen behind. What are we going to do now, Naruto-kun? Naomi asked. First we should find a hotel, and then we could go to one of the training grounds, and train there. Naruto suggested. Sounds good. Naomi answered. They walked around Konoha doing some small talk, and generally enjoying being near each other. Finding a hotel where they could stay had proven harder than expected. They didn't want any cheap hotel or anything really expensive. Naomi-chan, we don't need to eat, right? Naruto asked suddenly. That's correct, but where did that question come from? Naomi said. I just remembered that Ichiraku's ramen bar is close by. Naruto said to her. Well, we can eat, it's just that we don't need to eat. After saying that, Naomi found herself being dragged towards the Ichiraku's ramen bar by a really happy Naruto. Even though he is mature most of the time, he still has that childish side of him. Naomi though. Taking a seat, a girl came and asked, hello sir. What would you like to order? The girl was Aim Ichiraku. She had long brown hair, eyes of the same color, and fair skin. She wore a white robe with the sleeves folded, some kind of dark blue apron with ribbon ties at the top, and a bright white bandana. Aim-chan, even if you don't remember me. Naruto said with a pout. Who are you? Aim asked with a dangerous look in her eyes. It's me, Naruto. Naruto said with a grin adorning his face. Hearing the name, Aim was next to Naruto, and hugged him tightly, and then slapped him. That's for leaving without telling us. Aim said with an angry glare. I'm sorry. I just couldn't come here before I had to leave. Naruto said while looking sad. Aim accepted the apology, and again asked for their orders. After they ate, they asked Aim where the closest hotel that has good quality for a reasonable price is. She told them that it was just a few blocks away. Saying their thanks and goodbyes, they left towards the hotel. The hotel wasn't anything special. Rooms had a reasonable price, and they were quite nice rooms. Deciding to go for a walk to the forest, they left most of their stuff behind, and left. The forest they went to was called the Forest of Death. The forest had a fence around it, and had gates which told it to keep out. They decided to ignore the signs, and jumped over the fence. They walked there for a while when a kunai flew past Naruto's head, and embedded itself into a tree. What do I have here? Two people walking in my little den. Someone said with a bloodthirsty and, to some, scary voice, while releasing a lot of killing intent. Naruto and Naomi looked bored about it, and were like they didn't feel the killing intent. You can come out now. We're not scared. Naruto said with a bored tone in his voice. The one who attacked them was a woman. Naruto remembered her from her childhood. She had helped him by dealing with a few mobs that attacked him. Her name was Anko Mitarashi. She had light brown, pupil-less eyes. Her violet hair was done up in a short, somewhat spiky ponytail. She was wearing a tan overcoat, complete with a fitted mesh bodysuit that stretches from her neck down to her thighs. She also had an orange miniskirt. She had a kunai on her hand. What are you two doing here? Even the Anbu don't usually come here. Anko asked while keeping her guard up. We just came here to have a walk, and this forest looked like a great place for it. Naruto said cheerfully. Anko was stunned by Naruto's answer. Get out of here before I make you. Anko growled that she was getting pissed because the forest was her unofficial home, and they acted like the forest wasn't anything bad, like it was a normal forest. Anko-chan, don't you remember me? Naruto asked like he had done two other people already. Anko snapped because no one calls her Anko-chan without her approval, and attacked Naruto only for Naomi to block her strike. Naruto-kun, can I fight her? Naomi asked. Of course you can, Naomi-chan. Naruto responded, and went to sit on a nearby tree's branch. Shall we? Naomi asked, as she took her stance. Anko threw the first punch which Naomi dodged, and countered with her own punch to Anko's stomach. Anko flew a couple meters, and corrected herself on air. Who are you two? Anko asked when she fell to the ground. Naomi didn't answer, and just came to hit Anko again, but this time Anko was ready. She dodged the punch, and tried to kick Naomi to the chest. It didn't work, and Naomi took Anko's leg, and threw her to a tree. Anko turned in the air so her feet would hit the tree. Anko now wanted to finish the battle quickly, and started to make some hand seals, but before she could finish them, she found a blade on her throat. I win. Naomi said behind her. When does she manage to get behind me? Anko thought, and raised her hands in surrender. Suddenly Anko heard clapping, and turned to look at Naruto. Bravo, Naomi-chan, bravo. It was a good fight, wasn't it, Naomi-chan? Naruto said while clapping. Yes, though Anko could have been more of a challenge. Naomi said with a pout. It seems you don't remember me, Anko-chan. so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. And the woman you fought is my girlfriend Aomi. Anko was stunned by this. The 14-year-old kid who left Konoha after failing 3 times was back after a few months and looked really hot 20 years old. Is it really you, Naruto? Anko asked with a shaky voice. The one and only. Naruto answered only to receive a slap to the cheek. I think I deserve that. Naruto said while rubbing his cheek when Anko slapped him. I was worried about you. Anko said with an angry voice. After that little incident, Naruto, Naomi, and Anko talked about Anko's time in the village after Naruto left. It's getting late. Let's talk some other time, Anko. Naruto decided to drop Chan from her name, not wanting to annoy her this time. Saying their goodbyes, Naruto and Naomi left towards their hotel. Rest of the month went quickly with catching up with Naruto's few adult friends and training. Naruto also went on a few dates with Naomi. Now it was the time for the exam to start. Naruto and Naomi were both outside the academy talking for a while. There was no hurry to get to the first part of the exam. Their alone time was interrupted by 3 Konohas. Naruto remembered 2 of the 3. Those he knew were Hinata Hyuga and Shino Aburum. Hinata had dark blue hair and fair skin. She also had white eyes that were normal for her clan. Her hair was short and stopped above her eyebrows, with chin-length strands framing her face. She wore a cream-colored hooded jacket with a fire symbol on the upper right and left sleeves, and fur around the cuffs and hem, with navy blue pants. She had her 8 around her neck. Shino had dark bushy brown hair and pale skin. He had dark sunglasses and a gray jacket with a high upturned collar. His hit eye 8 was on his forehead. The last one was male and had short jet black hair, ink black eyes, and very pale skin. He also had a small backpack. He wore a short black jacket. He also carried a tantrum on his back. The rest of his outfit consisted of a high-collared midriff shirt, black pants, shinobi sandals, and gloves with his index and thumb fingers exposed most. He had an obvious fake smile on his face. Hello. Are you here for the exam? Naruto said to them as they approached. Hi. Who are you two? Hinata asked. You should remember me, Hinata-san. We were in the same class before I left. Naruto said to Hinata. Naruto-kun. In flesh, Naruto said, and thought immediately afterwards in chakra. That letter you sent for me, was it true? Hinata asked, hoping that it wasn't true. I'm sorry, Hinata, but it's true. I knew of your crush with me, but I didn't have any feelings toward you other than a possible friend or, as a sister. You should find someone who loves you, and try your best. And remember that I always believe in you. Naruto said with a smile, and went with Naomi towards the academy doors. Good luck in the exam. Naruto told them before he went inside. They went up the stairs, and saw a large group of genins trying to get through a door which had room 301 on a plate over it. Are they stupid or what? Can they figure out that we're on the 2nd floor? Naruto whispered to Naomi. Maybe they are. Naomi answered, and followed Naruto up the stairs. Now they were in front of the real room 301, and next to the door was Kakashi, leaning against the wall, and reading his orange book. Kakashi, what are you doing here? Naruto asked. Oh, hello, Naruto. I'm here waiting for my team to come, and to make sure that all the teams have their permission papers with them. So show me yours. Kakashi said to Naruto. Naruto searched his pocket, and found his paper, and at the same time Naomi had done the same, and they gave them to Kakashi. Inside there were 15 teams from Konoha, 1 of which was from Naruto's class, 3 teams from Kiri, 4 from Suna, 2 from Kumo, and a dozen from the minor villages like Ain, Kusa, and Odo. Naruto heard with his enhanced hearing that most of the genin were whispering about him. Most of them were about his age, and the whispers were what kind of loser would he be? Over 20 years old, and still a genin. And the rest were also like that. Seeing nothing of interest, Naruto and Naomi went into a corner to wait for the exam to begin. While waiting for the exam to start, 3 teams from Konoha entered. First to enter was Hinata's team. Next was Sasuke's team, and after that there was another team with 2 males and 1 female. First male wore green spandex with orange leg warmers. He had a black bowl cut hair and enormous eyebrows. Second male had black hair which reached the middle of his back and was tied back a few inches above the end. He wore a black headband that he wore snugly over his forehead. He wore a khaki shirt, dark brown shorts, and blue shinobi sandals. The female had brown eyes and dark brown hair, which she wears in Chinese-style buns on either side of her head. She wore a pink sleeveless blouse and dark green pants. After they had arrived, an unremarkable-looking genin with gray hair came to them and asked if they needed any information. Sasuke asked about a genin from Suna called Gar, and a genin from Konoha named Rock Lee. The gray-haired genin also told them that for the first time in a long while, someone with no shinobi background except training came to the exam. Naturally, Sasuke made his thoughts clear that they wouldn't be able to match him. After that, the gray-haired boy said something about the minor villages, and a few genin from Odo came and attacked him. Before they could attack again, there was a puff of smoke, and someone yelled, "That's enough. Everybody sit down before you are disqualified." Every genin sat quickly after those words. The rules for this part are simple, and you will not question them. First rule, you all have 1 hour to answer 10 questions on the paper that these will give you. Second, you start with 10 points, and every wrong answer you lose 1 point. Third, if you cheat you lose 2 points. And if you caught cheating 3 times you and your team will be disqualified regardless of your remaining points. Fourth, the 10th question will be asked when 45 minutes have passed. Now let the test begin. The one who appeared in a puff of smoke yelled. He was wearing a bandana over his head and a long black coat. Naruto and Naomi looked at the test paper and noticed that the questions were beyond normal genin standards. It seems that he wants us to cheat. Not that I need to cheat, Naruto thought. He answered the questions in 10 minutes and went to sleep. The one with the bandana thought with a smile, this one has guts. Looking at the clock he saw that there was plenty of time left, so he didn't say anything and just kept looking at the genin looking for any cheaters. Alright, time's up, he yelled. Now before I say the 10th question I will put a new rule to play. This caused uproar with the genin. Quiet. Now the new rule is that you must choose if you want to continue. He was immediately interrupted by someone yelling, why would we not continue? The one wearing the bandana put on a sadistic smirk and answered, I was getting to that. If you don't want to continue your team, you will be disqualified. If you choose to answer the question and you get it wrong, you can never take the exam again. Now that caused a huge uproar. Silence. Now anyone that wants to leave, raise their hands. For 5 minutes many teams left, leaving behind only half of the participants. Suddenly a hand slammed to a desk. It was Kiba. So what? What if we can't participate? We'll just find some other way to promote ourselves, he yelled. So does anyone want to quit? Bandana wearing said. No one raised their hands. All of you that stayed, you passed. That caused another uproar from the genin. When the genin were quiet he said, shinobi life isn't always pretty, as you always can't choose your missions. Sometimes you get a mission where you must protect some sensitive information. At this point he took his bandana off and showed them his scars. There were slashes and screw marks on his head. And you must also be able to gather information and defend it, even if it costs your life. He would have continued, but a black ball came through the window and opened in front of him. Also a banner was stuck on the wall. It read the sexy, single, and deadly Anko Mitarashi. The ball came out like the banner said, Anko Mitarashi. The Biki, you're getting soft. Leaving this many teams. Well, no worries, after my part, at most only half will remain. Anko is now identified as a Biki. Maybe we have some good ones this year. The Biki said. Anko looked at the genin and said, follow me to training ground 44. Anyone late will be disqualified along with their teams. Anko said and jumped out of the window. Naruto looked at Naomi and they both went to follow Anko. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.